Morning everyone, I'll just take you through what I completed yesterday evening, and the battery ran out on the phone, so let's go and take a look. So we managed to get the back seats in, we completed the carpet. I'm going to put corner trim on these because they're not a very good upholstery. Put this dodo, whatever you want to call it, sound deadening on there. Covered that up with the Defender mats. I still need to get a headrest for this because that came without one, and I've put some sound deadening on the roof there. I have got obviously the headboard, I've got some stuff to redo that. I've fixed that down, and oh yeah, put the seat belts in front and the rear. We've got seat belts, so we've done all that. One thing I need to do is get them little clips to go in there so the windows stay shut, so I don't know if you can buy them or not. And I can actually put the door rubbers in. I can put these bits in as well, door hat catchers, so I'll do all that. As you know, as always, the back plate I'm greasing up before I put that in. You know, if you grease all the edges, that should help prevent any rust. Well, I just fitted them. I've got to change the engine oil as well. I probably shouldn't have put this in because I'm sure that's easier to fill the transfer box up if you have that out. But I don't know if I'll get round to that. I might wait till I can move it. I need to bleed the clutch up as well. What I've done is bought these little one-way valves, so hopefully I can bleed stuff up on my own. So they're only about £2 or £3 from eBay. You can see the little arrow on them telling you what way round to let them run through. We'll see if they actually work. So if you can see where my spanner's pointing, that's the little bleed line. I've just cracked it off. You can see there's a little bit of fluid come out of there. So we're going to put this little one-way valve on there now and pump the clutch and see if we can get a clutch. Also, I will say I bought them off two different suppliers. So one's got a slightly bigger pipe on both ends than the other, which seemed to be quite handy because that clutch one nipple looks quite big. So this pipe should go on there easy. You can see you've got one of them on the end, so we should be able to clamp it on. You need to keep the reservoir topped up, but you can see the tube filling up. You can even see some was splashed out through the one-way valve, and the pedal feels good as well. So it's obviously working. Quite pleased with it. So we've just got the cap off the reservoir there, and we'll continue to pump along. So we topped it up. That seemed to have bled through, so I reckon we'll probably have a clutch now, so I might as well do the brakes next. Try the brakes now. Filled the reservoir up. I did get 5 litres of brake and clutch fluid because you use so much. If you are buying these off eBay, make sure you get the one with the thicker pipe, because it's the thicker pipe that seems to fit. This one obviously not needed. Well, I'm going to have to keep going round and round. I just now pulled some air in from somewhere, so I'm just going to go to each one and bleed some through and then see what happens. So we'll tighten this one off and go to the next one. So what I now showed you, I've went through on all 4 wheels and then I went round again, because obviously you've only got one device, so you need to keep pumping it and make sure it all goes through. I found one leak which I repaired. I seem to have a little bit of a seep. I'll show you. Let me just turn the camera around. We seem to have a little leak around there, which I'm not sure if it's still there or not. So I'm just going to leave it. We might have to get a new brake line made up, you see. I mean, it looks okay. And obviously I did, before I started, I went round and tested everything, but we now got a good brake pedal. I know it's my hand in my hand, but see that good brake pedal. So If we lose that brake pedal overnight, then we know we've got an issue. But what I done is I tightened actually everything up, because there was a few things that needed a little bit more, just a little tiny bit of a turn, you know, because you, like when you do all these things. And also make sure on these rear calipers the dust cap actually holds on there, so might as well you keep them used. Do everything up tight. I will just go around and nip them up and make sure they're all nice and tight, because we don't want to have a leak through something silly like that. These front calipers, the little rubber just come off, but I'm going to keep hold of them. I mean, don't get me wrong, they probably will fall off, but might as well try and keep them there as long as possible. So we should have a clutch and we should have some brakes. We've got no leaks, no leaks, no leaks. Can't see any leaks anywhere, so apart from that one. So all in all, I think we're good. Where's that clutch leak? Or was that just a bit of grease? Yeah, I think we're all okay. Right, what I'm going to do is just start her up, see if we can get her in gear, move her forward a little bit. Not going to go anywhere because the wheels aren't tight really, and get her warmed up. Might as well change the engine oil now and take a look at doing the gearbox as well. And then we're sort of halfway there, and then obviously Marty's paint shop will be a little bit closer to finally getting the wings done, and then obviously we've got to do the doors, and I still need to obtain glass for the rear doors. But the doors are going to be quite a lot of work, and I'm a bit worried about them because you paint them and then you got to put all the stuff in them, so I'll probably hang them before we put all the felt in and stuff. But you see, you really want them on a bench, but then I don't want to scratch them, so we'll see what happens anyway. It's a bit of a difficult one, that. Well, there we are, engine's running. We can put it in gear, no problem. I'm really pleased. The brakes are still good, so we'll just pull forward and see what happens. So I just moved forward and backwards. The clutch is good. The brakes feel a bit spongy, but I'm not sure. I think we might have a bit of a leak or something maybe, or a little bit of air in the system to get out. So we'll check that over. Well, I've just been round and checked because I'm a bit concerned about that brake pedal. Feeling a little bit sloppy. Not too bad, but I think that's our little leak there. So I've given this another little tighten up, and I'm going to give this right front wheel another bleed. I'll just show you. So this joint here, I mean, I was never pleased with that anyway, but I've managed to get another quarter of a turn on it. So I think I'll give it another bleed up, see if there's any air in there, and then have another go. Just to let you know, the other thing that I've done is left this hanging to try and keep the fluid in there. That sort of helps you when you are at this stage where you don't need to pump so much through. We just want to get a couple of little bubbles out. Well, that seemed to be working alright. I don't think we've got any leaks now. Seems to be alright. We did do a skid. Brake pedal could still be a little bit jelly. I can't see anything that would be causing that. I probably should have warmed the engine up a bit more. The oil's not very hot, but look at the state of this. So I need to get a new sump bung. But the oil's draining out nicely, so it's another little job to do. We'll take the filter off, put a new filter in, but I don't think I'll fill it up yet. We'll get a new bung first. I've used that tool. The filter is loose, but then again, that's probably a good job I didn't let it get too hot, because the exhaust pipe is red hot anyway. It's quite a bad place to have a fuel filter, oil filter really, isn't it? This is the drain plug out of the transfer case. They do look like there's some tiny bits of swarf there. No, maybe it's just grease. No, it's just grease. Well, that's good. Just silver grease. Strange. But anyway, we've got to get a new sump bung for the TD5 engine, so I'm not going to put no engine oil in there yet. And I've brought the wrong filter with me anyway. And you should just check this to see if there's any bits of metal on there, because that should be magnetised, you see. There we are, just trying out the transfer box. If you know anything about them, you need a syringe to put the oil in them. That's how I've done the axles the other day, so maybe I'll show you that. This is my big syringe. I had to change the hose on it because of the thick oil is hard to push through, but I did also do the swivels with this, so I've got to flush this out actually. That needs flushing out before we can do anything with it. So put that bung back in. That's the drying bung, that's back in. And what you have to do is take this one out, because that's your filling bung. And once that oil starts running out, dribbling out, you can put that back in. And that is up there. Can you see that? So that's why we need to use the syringe. And then we'll worry about taking the oil out of the big gearbox. And that's the sump bung there on that one. About a 30mm spanner, I think. My syringe is so big I've done it one pump, you see, and you can see it's just dribbled out of there, so that is full. Or should be. Just stick your finger in to find out, you can. Well, I told a lie, that would not fill it up in one go. There's about 2.5 litres in there, so I had to do another couple of pumps. Just so you know. So we're drying out the big gearbox. Like I say, you take this bit out because it's got magnets. Look at that. So there could be some problems in the gearbox. I haven't felt any problems, but it don't look too good, does it? But we're drying it out. It's a big socket, that one. There don't seem to be that much oil in it either. Maybe it didn't have a lot of oil in it. Well, this is a very strange thing as well. That looks like metal, but when you touch it, it seems to be like grease. It's as though it's like a aluminium copper slip, which is good because at least there's not metal. Right, we'll put the bung back in. Oh yeah, look, there's a Torx up there. I didn't know what that was, so I can get that out. That's the fill plug for this gearbox. Drying point out, but I cannot get my syringe down there, so I've put a funnel on a hose. I'm going to have to pour it from here. It's quite light oil, so should be alright. Using this little funnel here, so we can do that. 2.5 litres we need, so there's 2 litres in there, so we know what we've got to fill that up with 1/2 litre again to make sure we've got the right amount. We'll see from the drill fill plug anyway, but we don't want to be pouring far too much in. We've had to make up a hose and put it through this way. It's the only way to get it in. Well, that worked out well. We've got all the gearboxes full of oil. Right, that is all we have time for. Hope that's helped a few of you. I can't put the engine oil in until I sort this little bung out. We'll get one of them oil filters at home, and then we can fill the engine up. And that is everything. Fresh oil and everything. Brakes, clutch. Just got to get the doors on and everything now. Right, thanks for watching.